and gentlemen, your newest Bob Sr. Memorial Star Classic champion, Jeffrey Battle, has pulled into victory lane. Worked his way to the field, biding his time with Sparky McIver, and when it was time to go, he punched the button. His second win of the night, the biggest win of his career, and he's had a lot of them, that's for sure. Joining legends like Russ Wood, John McKennedy, Bentley Warren, Chris Curley, Ollie Silva as Star Classic champions. As he said earlier, his younger brother Ryan was the Star Classic champion in 2023. And here Ryan comes to congratulate Big Bro and joining him on that famous list. Let him hear it, folks, as he climbs out of the machine, champion of the 60th Star Classic out of Dunstable, Massachusetts, Jeffrey Battle! Jeffrey, come on over here. Star Classic champion. What does it mean, man?
Yeah, it's definitely a special race. I remember coming up here as a kid. This race has always been an exciting one. I gotta say, hats off to Sparky in the 22. I give him a lot of credit. I've been watching him since I've been a young kid, and I was rooting for him.
You got some people to thank for this moment?
Yeah, I'm thinking to thank my whole crew, Uncle Rich and everything he does. The car was going very good tonight. Mike, Cody, Brian, my father, Rico, my girlfriend Jamie, all our sponsors, the West Auto and family, Western Glass, Lacombe, Septic, Velocity, everything they do. If I forget anybody, I'm sorry.
And just quick, Star Classic and the Dennis McKennedy Memorial in the same night. How can you possibly top it?
Well, you can only do as good of a car you have nowadays, so the car definitely helps.
But he's still got to drive it, and he did tonight. Jeffrey Battle, your Star Classic 2025. And here comes Sparky, too. Sparky, come on over here. Sparky keeps saying, oh, I don't want to do interviews, I'm too shy. But Sparky, you've got no choice right now, buddy. Second place in the Star Classic. How is it?
Unbelievable. I can barely stand up. I'm so tired. I think I need a nap.
What was it like, leading the Star Classic and being so competitive after 2 years of working so hard at this?
It's awesome. Feeling is good. I'm glad everybody came out. I don't know. I can't lose words.
Have anybody you want to thank?
All my crew and my grandson and my wife and my daughter at home and New Record Sand and Gravel, Bob, Shabbat, the car owner. That's it.
Podium McIver, an outstanding second place finish, by far his best big block supermile by effort, and what a stage for it. And now let's grab our third place finish with John McKennedy, the five-time Classic champion. John, third place, a solid night after being out for about 2 months, but as a many-time champion of this race, I know you're a hungry guy for win. What was it like behind the tonight?
Yeah, I had my hands full. We were just a little bit too loose, and the first 30, 40 laps, I was really dragging pretty bad with the big fuel load and the car bottom out. Kind of set me up the track. It was a handful. I knew 20 laps in, we didn't have a car that was going to win. We were going to be between second and fourth. Just all the years I ran this race, I just kind of know what I need to feel early, and I just knew it wasn't there, but it was still a decent effort. Still a great night. Won a modified race and came out of here with a third. So I'm happy. A little disappointed with this deal tonight with the Classic, but hey, we're just off a little bit, and Jeffrey ran a great race. Congratulations to him. He was on a league of his own. So pretty cool to see him win, and thank you, Juan Weber, and everyone for having the event.
You got some sponsors to thank too?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. Christopher Stone, the Village Home Services, Ray Contracting, Lavassa HVC, the Sarah that makes us possible, McKennedy Masonry, Mike Pettit Race Engines, a whole bunch of people.
John McKennedy, your third place finisher in today's Star Classic, tonight's I should say, chasing Sparky McIver and Jeffrey Battle across the finish line to wrap up the diamond edition of the Star Classic. And that is going to wrap up day 3 of Star Classic. Again, thank you everybody for coming and thank you for sticking it out. Remember, we have one more day of action here with the Star Classic, 12:30 time tomorrow. Full card of racing featuring the Ken Izzard Construction ACT Tech Late Model Championship event and the Pro Truck Challenge. Remember, the New England Super Modified Series will next be in action 7 days from now, September 20th, at the White Mountain Motorsports Park up in North Woodstock. That includes a Super Late Model, Cannabis Equipment Rental Pass Modified, World Tour Platinum Series Late Model Challenge, and the Oxford Mad Bombers. Until next time, on behalf of the Weber family, the New England Super Modified Series, everybody that came out and supported this event, all my announcing colleagues like Jordan Jenkins and Super Steve and Pete Falcone, I'm Michael Strasburg saying thanks again and have a great night.